In this second series of Psalms from the Psalms of Ascent, we're on Psalm 124. Had it not been the Lord who was on our side, let Israel now say, had it not been the Lord who was on our side when men rose up against us, then they would have swallowed us alive when their anger was kindled against us. Then the waters would have engulfed us. The stream would have swept over our soul. Then the raging waters would have swept over our soul. It hasn't yet hit the planet what has been going on. The people who wanted to cull the earth, they thought for good reasons, through eugenics, through they thinking that the population was far too great. They set in motion a plan through Bertrand Russell in 1974 in Club of Rome, and it was to be fulfilled in Agenda 21 first of all, and then that got shifted to Agenda 2030. And we have just been saved from 9/10 of this world population being wiped out in just a few months. It has been said that the factories which made the most dangerous vaccines were blown up. I guess that will all come out. But people have no clue what has been going on. Blessed be the Lord who has not given us to be torn by their teeth. Our soul has escaped as a bird out of the snare of the trapper. The snare is broken and we have escaped. Our help is in the name of the Lord who made heaven and earth. Psalm 125. Those who trust in the Lord are as Mount Zion, which cannot be moved, but abides forever. As the mountains surround Jerusalem, so the Lord surrounds his people from this time forth and forever. For the sceptre of wickedness shall not stay upon the land of the righteous, so that the righteous will not put forth their hands to do wrong. Do good, O Lord, to those who are good, to those who are upright in their hearts. But as for those who turn aside to their crooked ways, the Lord will lead them away with the doers of iniquity. Peace be upon Israel. Psalm 126. When the Lord brought back the captive ones of Zion, we were like those who dream. Then our mouth was filled with laughter and our tongue with joyful shouting. Then they said among the nations, the Lord has done great things for them. The Lord has done great things for us. We are glad. Restore our captivity, O Lord, as the streams in the south. Those who sow in tears shall reap with joyful shouting. He who goes to and fro weeping, carrying his bag of seed, shall indeed come again with a shout of joy, bringing his sheaves with him. Psalm 127. Unless the Lord builds the house, they labour in vain who build it. Unless the Lord guards the city, the watchman keeps awake in vain. It is vain for you to rise up early, to retire late, to eat the bread of painful labours, for he gives to his beloved even in his sleep. Behold, children are a gift of the Lord. The fruit of the womb is a reward. Like arrows in the hand of a warrior, so the children of one's youth. How blessed is the man whose quiver is full of them. They will not be ashamed when they speak with their enemies in the gate. Families brought and raised in this third level of growth, that Jesus had arrived at by the time he was discipling his disciples. They are built in a solid thing, which is a family. And this family can take the fact that all the personalities are different. We're being led back into that, but at an accelerated pace if we do church properly. It is not to be run by one personal figure who happens to have one set of personality. In Ephesians 4, it clearly says what church is like. Acts 2 displays to us what church is like. What on earth are we doing filling high streets with loads of useless churches that believe only a subsection of the enormity of the counsel of God, when we can have loads of ministries all in one church over one city, as we experienced or started to experience a prototype of in London in 1973 through to, I don't know, what was it, 76, 78, 7? And it culminated in the Royal Albert Hall. That was a prototype. This thing works. The way we do churches worldwide manifestly does not work. Unless you can convince me that you have brought people right through in the Spirit in only 42 months, like Jesus did, then you can hold your silence. How blessed is everyone in Psalm 128. How blessed is everyone who fears the Lord, who walks in his ways. When you shall eat of the fruit of your hands, you'll be happy, and it will be well with you. Your wife shall be like a fruitful vine within your house, your children like olive plants around your table. Behold, for thus shall the man be blessed who fears the Lord. The Lord bless you from Zion, and may you see the prosperity of Jerusalem all the days of your life. Indeed, may you see your children's children. Peace be upon Israel. Do you know, in Psalm 45, it talks about you shall be called by the name of your sons. They shall be made princes in all the earth. We are used to stupid denominations called by the names of ancient fathers, when in actual fact the Lord and his cloud are moving today in Rhema word. God has a word for each generation, and the ones that primarily pick it up are the sons and daughters, the people of the next generation catching the light of the Lord. So it is right that we be called by the name of the sons. This ridiculousness that we have in the earth right now. No wonder it's a half-built tower that's being cast under people's feet. Psalm 129. Many times they have persecuted me from my youth up. Let Israel now say, many times they have persecuted me from my youth up. Yet they have not prevailed against me. The ploughs ploughed upon my back, they lengthened their furrows. The Lord is righteous. He has cut in two the cords of the wicked. May all who hate Zion be put to shame and turn backward. Let them be like grass upon the housetops, which withers before it grows up, with which the reaper does not fill his hand, or the binder of sheaves his bosom. Nor do those who pass by say, the blessing of the Lord be upon you. We bless you in the name of the Lord. Imagine that. Those who hate Zion, who hate the ways of Zion, their end is to be forgotten about, passed by, not have well-wishers wish them anything. Psalm 130. Out of the depths I cried to you, O Lord. Lord, hear my voice. Let your ears be attentive to the voice of my supplications. If you, Lord, should mark iniquities, O Lord, who could stand? But there is forgiveness with you, that you may be feared. I wait for the Lord. My soul does wait, and in his word do I hope. My soul waits for the Lord, more than the watchman for the morning. Indeed, more than the watchman for the morning. O Israel, hope in the Lord. For the Lord there is loving kindness, and with him is abundant redemption, and he will redeem Israel from all his iniquities. Psalm 131 is a key place. From now on, we're going to go into acceleration mode in these Psalms and reach a very key destination. These are the processes of the Holy Spirit. He has not abandoned us halfway. He's not abandoned. He wanted us to see, really learn and see, Genesis 3 does not work. Living as separate gods, strutting round the earth, thinking that we are self-empowered souls, when in fact we are spirit beings in him, the other thing just doesn't work at all. And that's what he wanted us to see. O Lord, my heart is not proud, nor my eyes haughty, nor do I involve myself in great matters, or in things too difficult for me. Surely I have composed and quieted my soul. It's like Hebrews 4 coming into rest. Hebrews chapter 4 coming into rest. Like a weaned child rests against his mother. My soul is like a weaned child within me. O Israel, hope in the Lord from this time forth and forever. There comes a time where we've been through Romans 6 and Romans 7, and we've learned that if we're stupid enough to live in the Genesis 3 platform, then it's not us, it's sin. It's sin in our members. It's like a person. It's like a being manifesting and masquerading as us, moving as to where we do not want to go. If we're stupid enough to be on that Genesis 3 lying deception platform, but we come off it, we submit to God, we resist the devil, and he has to flee. Psalm 132 begins the acceleration. So now we know who we are. Now we know who we are. Remember, O Lord, on David's behalf all his affliction, how he swore to the Lord and vowed to the mighty one of Jacob, surely I will not enter my house, nor lie on my bed. I will not give sleep to my eyes, or slumber to my eyelids, until I find a place for the Lord, a dwelling place for the mighty one of Jacob. And that's important. We are not going to mess around with these half-baked denominational first level, second level churches. If Jesus had wanted to proselytize the world with first level stuff, the Jews would have been allowed to proselytize the earth. They were forbidden. If Jesus had wanted the earth to be proselytized by magic men on podiums, then he would have sent out the 12 and the 70 and never called them back, just sent them go out and build churches in that level of a magic show. But he didn't do that. No Jew was allowed on the world until the work had been completed. And it's a 3-level, 3-stage growth work. Behold, we heard of it in Ephrathah. We found it in the field of Jaar. Let us go into his dwelling place, and let us worship at his footstool. Arise, O Lord, to your resting place, you and the ark of your strength. It's not a second. It's not a. We can have the revival presence, the actual presence of the living God as light in his temple. This can be the actual place of God. All this faffing around in stupid churches with people with 3-year certificate thinks that is enough to give them authority to bring God down in their town. It's ridiculous. This is the drive now, having been weaned from all the mess and uselessness of charismatic stuff and evangelical stuff, to actually engage now with what is going on worldwide, not hide our heads. It's now, arise, O Lord, to your resting place, you and the ark of your strength. Let your priests be clothed with righteousness, and let your godly ones sing for joy. For the sake of David, your servant, do not turn away the face of your anointed. The Lord has sworn to David a truth from which he will not turn back. Of the fruit of your body I will set upon your throne. If your sons will keep my covenant and my testimony which I will teach them, their sons also shall sit upon your throne forever. For the Lord has chosen Zion. He has desired it for his habitation. This is my resting place forever. Here will I dwell, for I have desired it. I will abundantly bless her provision. I will satisfy her needy with bread. Her priests also I will clothe with salvation, and her godly ones will sing aloud for joy. There I will cause the horn of David to spring forth. I have prepared a lamp for mine anointed. His enemies I will clothe with shame, but upon himself his crown shall shine. And then after the acceleration and the spirit of acceleration, being caught up into today's purpose in God, we find others in that dimension, in that frequency. Behold how good and pleasant it is, in Psalm 133, for brothers to dwell together in unity. It's like the precious oil upon the head, coming down upon the beard, even Aaron's beard, coming down upon the edge of his robes. It's like the dew of Hermon, even, coming down upon the mountains of Zion. For there the Lord commanded the blessing, life forevermore. Psalm 134 is the final one. This is when the priest, the Melchizedek order, has gathered, has assembled. It says, where the dead body is, there the eagles fly. Behold, bless the Lord. This is like being galvanized together to declare a word of faith from the council rooms of heaven, from the council rooms of Zion, on all the earth. Jesus said, and that's what he gets so angry with those people who are money changers in the temple. It's my house is a house of prayer for all nations. Behold, bless the Lord, all servants of the Lord, who serve by night in the house of the Lord. Lift up your hands to the sanctuary and bless the Lord. May the Lord bless you from Zion, he who made heaven and earth.